Mr. Wright, do you know why patrol cars are painted black and white? No idea. Why? Well, I think they're designed after a panda. See, it's just stupid. That's not funny at all. A panda. Not that I have scientific proof, it's just a theory. Do you mind me asking how you came up with that theory? It was when I was on a school trip. I saw a patrol car and it came to me. We had just been at the zoo, you see. What about zebras? Or did they not have those at your zoo? It's just stupid. It's not smart. It's not funny. It's just stupid. Look, that patrolman is saluting the other guy. He must be a detective. And then I said, hey, you do that, your soup will get cold, buddy. What? That's hilarious, sir. I laughed so hard I cried. I guess he wasn't saluting, he was wiping tears from his eyes. They make a good pair. That's... I was wondering about that. What? The dancing blue badger? That's my masterpiece. You made this, Detective Gumshoe? The chief threw together some designs and it just did my thing, pal. Nice work. It's battery powered so it can go anywhere. There's no switch so it just dances and dances until the batteries die. Poor Blue Badger, fated to dance until he drops. Blue Badger added to the criminal record. A work of art designed by the Chief of Detectives and created by Detective Gumshoe. Why is that evidence? The detective in there looked pretty busy. Just imagine right now, behind those doors, a police drama in action. No, there's no... they're just working. Somehow the thought fails to excite me. Yeah, exactly. She's just a moron. The usual wanted posters are hanging up on the bulletin board here. Do you know this face? If you do, dial 911. You know, Mr. Wright, I've always thought it was kind of funny. What's funny? I've never seen anyone who looked like the people in those posters. I guess you just hang out in the wrong places, Emma. They hardly even look human. What? She has a point. Does she? What do you mean they hardly even look human? What the hell point is that? Why do they hardly look even human? What does that mean? Oh, I can't examine it? The case! I'll give you one word of advice, pal. You'd better not agree to defend the suspect in this case. Why not? Huh. Well, it's just that the chief prosecutor has confessed to the crime. She says she summoned the detective to the prosecutor's office, and she killed him! But what if she's not telling the truth? Yes, well, no. Come on, pal. There's plenty of evidence against her. But what if the evidence was faked? Hey pal, can I speak to you for a second? Huh, me? Why is this little girl so peeved at me? She's a relative of the suspect. She's Lana Sky's sister. Whoa! The chief prosecutor's little sister. Just please investigate this case carefully, okay? Scientifically. Yes sir. Oh, by the way, you might want to keep your voices down. You don't want to be overheard using words like faked. Huh. It's a sensitive issue with us these days. Yeah, faked evidence. Cops, am I right? ACAB. So, what are you doing here, Detective Gumshoe? Me? Oh well, nothing really. They kicked me out of criminal affairs. Detective Gumshoe, what did you do this time? What do you mean this time? Then what happened? I know things are busy right now. I mean with my sister's case and all. It's true, we've never had a chief prosecutor murder anyone before. Only the highest ranked people are being let into criminal affairs now. The lowest ranking guy in there is our chief of detectives. They're not letting any of us rank and file detectives in at all. None of you! I know this is an important trial, but isn't that a little odd? So anyway, I thought I'd spend the day getting the badger dance down pat. Isn't there anything else you could be doing? The chief of police himself is directing this investigation, pal. And Officer Marshall was assigned to the underground parking lot. Officer Marshall. Now that I think about it, Emma did seem to know that Marshall guy. A patrolman in charge of a crime scene. It's unheard of, pal. Detective Gumshoe, what can you tell me about this? Huh, hey pal, this is a detective's ID card. You can't just keep that, you have to turn it into the police. It's people like you that get me into so much trouble all the time. Meaning Detective Gumshoe must drop his card a lot. Let's see. Bruce Goodman. Goodman. Sounds familiar. Nah, my mistake. But didn't you work with him in criminal affairs? Well, now I remember. Bruce Goodman. He's the victim. That's what I thought. Can you tell us more, Detective Gumshoe? Why do we need to unlock that? So, this ID card belonged to the victim. He was a detective like myself. Detective Bruce Goodman. Don't you think it's strange? I mean, why would the victim's ID card be lying on the ground where we found it? Yeah, exactly. Well, Detective Goodman should have been at the police department yesterday. There was an evidence transferal for a case he handled 2 years ago. Evidence transferal, Mr. Edgeworth mentioned that too. But Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. Well, that's the thing. It's hard to say this, but word is that Chief Prosecutor Sky caught him out there to the parking lot. And Lana's confessing as much. Hey, that's it! That's the King of Prosecutors Award that Mr. Edgeworth got yesterday. Were you at the award ceremony, Detective Gumshoe? Of course, pal. I got an award for diligence myself. Ah, congratulations. I was wondering, why is the award a shield? And why is it broken? Oh, there's a reason. I'll tell you what it is later. Apparently he's forgotten. But I was proud of Mr. Edgeworth for winning that award, even with all the naysayers in the prosecutor's office. Naysayers must be because of the rumors. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Can I get him to found in Mr. Edgeworth's car, stabbed with Mr. Edgeworth's knife, huh? What would drive Chief Prosecutor Sky to do such a thing? Wait, I didn't mean... I mean, sure, of course someone else might have done it. Someone who must have a grudge against Mr. Edgeworth. The car and the knife do seem a little too well organized to be a coincidence. Poor Mr. Edgeworth, what could have happened? We have to find out a little more about what's going on with Edgeworth. Edgeworth's troubles. He's in a tough spot again. Again? Well, it all started with the murder of that defense attorney Hammond. But Mr. Edgeworth was found innocent. Listen, pal, there have always been rumors about Mr. Edgeworth. Forging evidence, making deals with witnesses. Nothing outright, but there were always whispered rumors. Ever since he was accused of murder, no one's whispering. They're practically shouting! But there's no evidence against him. Well, Mr. Edgeworth has always had unusually strong ties to the department higher-ups. It's only natural that people would be suspicious. I had no idea he was under the gun. Anyway, this latest case has started a new rumor. People say the only reason he took this case is because he's aiming for the chief prosecutor's position himself. Nani? But I know the truth, pal. Nobody wants to be the one who has to prosecute the chief prosecutor. Mr. Edgeworth is biting the bullet on this one. He's doing this for all of us. Huh. And that's all I know about that. I'm not officially on the case, you know. Thank you. Why aren't you handling the case, Detective Gumshoe? We met the guy who is. What was his name? The guy in the parking lot. That'd be Officer Marshall. He was appointed directly by the Chief of Police. Officer Marshall, is he some kind of Wild West sheriff or something? No, Jake Marshall is just a regular officer. From West LA. Why is he like that? Why would someone... Oh, he's from Hollywood. For a moment there I wasn't sure. Look pal, let me try to make things a little easier for you. Show them this and they'll let you examine the crime scene, maybe. Received from Detective Gumshoe allows bearer to investigate the crime scene. I'll be surprised if this gets us anywhere. Just act like you're supposed to be there and nobody will look at you twice, pal. Okay. Hey, look there! It looks like something's been crossed out. Maybe it was a letter or something to Detective Gumshoe. Let's see, annual bonus $20. Annual bonus $20. $20? I mean, okay, I guess I'll have a burger or something. I think a couple of zeros are missing. Nope, that sounds about right. At least in that detective's case. Maybe I should rethink my career as an investigator. Yeah, maybe you should. So what is in there? What is the actual... It lets you look at this. It doesn't affect anything, it's just a joke. And it doesn't let you look at this. Alright, we're gonna go back and... February 22 Prosecutor's Office underground parking lot. Looks like the investigation is still going. I have to be getting back to the shop. Sorry, it looks like I'll be stuck in this pit till the sun sleeps. I'll see you in my dreams tonight then, baby. Okay. Oh, still here. Ah, hello. Why the surprised looks? Didn't I mention? I've got a boyfriend in criminal affairs too. What happened to the security guard? Wait. Boyfriend security guard, boyfriend criminal affairs. She has multiple boyfriends. Hey, what's wrong, Bambina? You're looking like a doggy that's lost its herd. Jake Marshall. Strange guy to put in charge of a crime scene. The victim! There's something I wanted to ask you. The scene of the crime, a cold grave for men who've lost their dreams. Don't do that. And me, I watch over them as they sleep, dreaming of the desert's harsh judgment. He's asleep. Well, should we show this hopeless case something to catch his interest? There's something I wanted to ask you. The scene of the crime... Okay. Would you mind reading this for me? What's this? I warned you, fan letters to me go right in this platoon. It's a letter of introduction from Detective Gumshoe. May we investigate? Gumshoe? Ah, that old cow dog. He holding a birthday party or something. Huh. Look where it should say letter of introduction, it says invitation. Ah. I think he just miswrote it. Wait, why am I getting all defensive here? No worries, this proves it's from Detective Gumshoe, better than a blood test. Guess I'd better let you in then. Thank you, Officer Marshall. Oh, that's right, he's a patrolman, not a detective. Which reminds me... Hey, wait a sec. Isn't a crime scene supposed to be handled by a detective or higher? Well, folks, the clues are calling. Welcome to our gold strike. Be like the settlers, strike out for lands unknown. What is that supposed to mean? Fucking... Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say? I say I won't be needing this anymore. Detective Gumshoe's letter of introduction crumpled and discarded. Really? The victim. Officer Marshall, could you tell us more about the victim? Good men always die young, remember that, partner. Could you be a little more specific? Bruce Goodman. He was a detective, right? Well, aren't you a feisty doji right there right now? Stop doing that. It's actually quite rude. Detective Goodman was stabbed here at 5:15. The smiling Madonna told me the tale. I think he means the witness, Miss Angel Star. One stab to the chest, a fine piece of work. One stab. This here is the autopsy report. Goodman's autopsy report added to the court record. Death due to loss of blood. One knife wound. Died within an hour and a half of 4 PM. Why is it an hour and a half of 4 PM? So it could be anywhere from 2:30 to 5:30. Right? Was my sister involved with the victim in any way? Involved with. Funny you should mention that, Bambina. Chief Prospector Sky and Detective Goodman had nothing in common at all. Nothing in common? They apparently worked together on a case a few years back, so there is no motive. You just said nothing in common, and then you said they worked on a case together. Who is that stupid? Who says that? You just contradict yourself in the next sentence? Goodman wasn't a particularly gifted detective. That's one reason why he didn't do much work with the chief prospector. But my sister called the victim here on the day of the murder, right? Here, to this parking lot. So it seems. Like calling an unarmed man... I forgot what... I clicked too fast, never mind. I don't mean any offense, but... Officer Marshall, you're a patrolman, right? Not a detective. You calling me out? They shoot you for that in Texas. Huh. I was one of them fancy shoot detectives till 2 years ago, to tell you the truth. Oh really? Now he tells me. But you're a patrolman now, how can you be in charge of a crime scene? Nothing gets by you, does it, Bambina? So why are you in charge? No reason. We're just short on hands right now. I'm keeping an eye out in the meantime. That's odd though. Detective Gumshoe was saying he had nothing to do, nothing important at least. He's nothing but a sad old cowdog that can't find his tail. Maybe it's because he runs with that Edgeworth, eh? Edgeworth? That cowdog's been kicked out of this cattle run by order of the chief of police. Just he don't realize it yet. Detective Gumshoe kicked out of the investigation. Alright. This looks like a cell phone, does it? I thought it was a camera, huh? A scientific analysis would suggest this belonged to the victim. That's not how science works. Why is she an idiot? Why is everyone an idiot? I can't think of anyone else it could belong to. What's so scientific about that? Should we check it out? Check it out. Right, let's check it out. You don't... It's giving me a second tutorial? Man, what a boring strap. What's wrong with it? Everyone has different tastes, you know. Here, check out mine. It's a pink princess strap. These are hard to come by, you know. I see the series is as popular as ever with the kids. Boring strap. This phone is still on the redial screen. Redial? Mr. Wright, most phones keep a record of all the calls you've made and received. You just press the blue button to display the last number you called. Convenient, isn't it? I'm surprised you didn't know about it. Sorry to disappoint you, but even I know about things like redial. Ha! Oh, I'm sorry. It's just you never know with people from your generation. Whatever, let's check this phone out. Your generation. Now to see who the owner of this phone called last. Note to self, a defense attorney doesn't think first, he just pushes the button. That's pretty good. Hey, that song, I know that. Hey, what's going on over here there? Beep. Ah! Oh, sorry. I see you, partner. You pressed redial on that there phone, didn't you? Well, yeah. Whose phone is this anyway? It was on the ground over there. Whose is it? That belongs to Chief Prospector Sky. What? It's my sister's? She apparently dropped it when she was taken into custody right after the crime. Look, the last call was made right when the murder occurred. How could she be murdering people and making calls at the same time? Looks like she was fixing to call someone, except she only spoke for a few seconds according to this. Who did she call? No idea, sorry partner. Now I got a question for you, partner. I heard a phone ring just now, one of those newfangled ringtones. Oh, that? Oh. I'm sorry, that was my phone. What? Your phone? Yeah, it's kind of strange, but someone called me right as we picked up the other phone, a wrong number. No, she called you. ... I hope you're not lying. They shoot you for that in Texas, partner. Uh-oh, I've incited the wrath of the Lone Star Patrolman. Cell phone added to the court record. Probably Atlanta Sky. Last call made at 5:18 on the day of the murder, 3 minutes after the stabbing. Supposedly. Court record. Okay, if I don't move the mouse when I click, I can do that. There's no need to push this again. What's wrong? You look like I do during finals. Never mind, it's nothing. This rope, is it? Yep, they laid it in the outline of the victim's body. So wait, the victim must have died when the killer closed the trunk on him. No. You have got to be the only person I know that would come to that conclusion. Yeah, no, that's... You know he got stabbed. She was stashing the body in the trunk. She's not funny, she's just stupid. It's awful. Absolutely awful. This appears to be the car where the body was found. It looks like the lock on the trunk is busted. The crime took place in the underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. The body was found in the trunk of my subordinate's car. In the trunk. Somebody... wait a minute. In the trunk? But the body is half out of the trunk. In the tape. Quite a luxury car, it just screams I have money to burn. Yeah, prosecutors get the big bucks. What's this? Looks like a note of some sort. Look, something's written on it. Goodman. You're right, let's see. 6, 7S, 12, 2. There's a name printed on the paper above there, Goodman. Maybe it fell out of his pocket when he was killed. Well, so what does it mean, Mr. Wright? How am I supposed to know? Note to self, for deductive reasoning, go to Edgeworth, not Wright. Alright. I'm sure Edgeworth wouldn't know what this means either. Goodman's note added to the court record. B block is through there, that's where visitors park. I can see the Lunchland car over there, far in the distance. Hey, you're right, I like the cute design on the door. I can see a cartoon cow munching down on a juicy looking steak. A cow is eating a cow? Doesn't that strike you as a little creepy? Yeah, that's how mad cow disease happens. Just don't think too deeply about it and you'll be fine. A block. This area is reserved for prosecutors. Defense attorneys are relegated to B block. Right. I dream of the day when I'll be able to park my car here. I'll go over to B block to buy my hamburgers from you, Mr. Wright. I'm not planning on giving up my job that soon. Maybe you should, you were quitting at the start of this chapter. An oil drum, looks like it's filled with water. It's heavy, I can't even budge it. The drum over here is on the side. Wait, I know, I'll hide in here and do a stakeout. Alright, you do that. I think you'll probably just get arrested. In fact, you may not even have to hide in the drum to get arrested. What? I'm not suspicious. No, go hide in the drum. It's not funny, it's just stupid. Lana Sky. So there's no connection between Detective Goodman and my sister. That's correct, but there's a gold mine of evidence against her. And the prospector tomorrow is none other than Edgeworth himself. I'm afraid your sister's fate is decided, Bambina. Many condolences. Officer Marshall! Yeah, Bambina. How can you say that? You and my sister, you were... Is there something between this cop and her sister that I don't know about? Exclamation! I apologize, Bambina. Something must have gotten to me. Maybe it's that dry wind that's blowing through the prospector's office. Dry wind or ill will, someone's up to something here, but who? Office atmosphere. Suspicions about Mr. Edgeworth have been flying around for nearly 2 years now. Forged evidence and arranging testimonies, you mean? He was unbeatable because he did whatever it took to win. Unbeatable, that is, until he met you! But rumors are just rumors, aren't they? These are prosecutors we're talking about. Evidence is everything to them. If you follow the rumors about Edgeworth to their source, you'll find one person. But they're off limits, untouchable, you might say. One person, who? Hate to say this, but it's your sister, Bambina. Chief Prospector Lana Sky. What? My sister? Edgeworth couldn't rustle all those cattle by himself. Some people load their guns with bullets, some people load them with deals. What? You're saying Edgeworth was making deals to win trials? Where there's gunshots, there's bound to be bullets. That's what the old timers say. There's a big old secret hidden around here somewhere, everyone knows it. Is that why Detective Gumshoe was taken off the case? Did they target him because he was closest to Edgeworth? So, well, how are we doing, Mr. Wright? I guess we've got some clues. We have an autopsy report, a note from the victim, and a cell phone. So you think we'll be okay? No. Well, the only thing still bothering me is that Lana is confessing to the crime. She says she did it. No problem. I can guarantee that she's not the criminal. No, you can't. Oh, by the way, Emma. Yes. I know that song your phone plays when it rings. What? It's the Steel Samurai theme song, isn't it? Oh, her phone rang. Okay. That popular TV show for kids. The phone that rang earlier wasn't mine. It was yours! At 5:18, just after the murder took place. Your sister called you, didn't she, Emma? I'm sorry. Can you tell me what you talked about? She hung up right away. I see. Cell phone updated in the court record. A detective is murdered and the suspect is the top prosecutor in the district. I've got a bad feeling about this. Like maybe I still don't know everything that went on here. Of course you don't know. To be continued. Alright, let's take a break. Let's save the game, take a break. That took 1 hour 40 minutes, so they broke their own rules about 1 hour per segment. And the characters were atrociously bad. Like the original game, like the first 4 episodes, they were just on the borderline of being over the top. I mean, they were pretty, like they were kind of over the top, but you could deal with it. They didn't go too far. They didn't jump the shark. In the 5th episode, they jumped the shark, right? Like in the first 4 episodes, it was kind of silly. It was overly hype. It was overly excited, silly, but still got like funny. But already I was like not happy with the way the story was written. Like it was like not plausible, not believable. It insulted your intelligence. And then this, they just took it even further. And I really wish they didn't. Alright, see you next time.